Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Anno 117 Pax Romana. I hope you're having a good one because I am so excited to be back. Things are going so amazingly well right now, but they could be going a little bit better because we still have some shortages in here. We are short on tunics, we are short on hats, we are short on wine and olives and resin and lavender. There's only so much I can do about all of that though. So I'm gonna focus a little bit on the charcoal situation, which admittedly could be a little bit better. I'm not too sure what's going on with that. I'm gonna focus a little bit on the tunics and on the hats as well. And I've been considering doing a little bit more with concrete just to try and get that production to go through the roof. So I'm gonna build another limestone quarry. This is going to impact the health of people in the area, but it's really just this one building. So I'm gonna build it right there. And I think what we'll do is just bring this road up here, across to here. And honestly, I think straight, not down to there, but up to about there should be fine as well. I don't think this guy's gonna have a warehouse in range though. So just, well, actually, this warehouse here might be within range. It's kind of hard to be sure if it's in range. I'm not 100% sure that it is, but I'm going to assume that it's producing. So I think it's got a connection. That's good. Okay, so that gives us a little bit more limestone, which is hopefully going to help us out. I'm going to build another sand refinery. We could get one down this way, which I think is a fair shout. I think having a sand refinery right there should be pretty good. We can do a little something like this, which doesn't look amazing, but it gives us more sand. And then I'm gonna build another 2 concrete mixer things, which actually, it turns out, don't have any negative debuffs in the area around them. So I'm gonna build one, I guess, right about here, and I'll build another one right about, say, here. We'll just go ahead and put some roads around those. And that's hopefully going to really ramp up the concrete production and put us in a good spot where maybe, just maybe, we can deliver 169 tons of concrete to the Emperor in the next 41 minutes. That's goal number 1. That is goal number 1. That is thing number 1 that I would like to do. Thing number 2 that I would like to do is have a look at fire safety a little bit further because it's going very well, but it turns out it could be going even better. Now, you might remember that in the tutorial pop-up for aqueducts, it mentioned that you can sort of configure how much water is getting consumed by each thing. So our cistern is producing 100 units of water. Each of these guys, whatever they're called, I think this might be the cistern actually, our source is producing 100 units of water. Each of these guys is consuming 10. So as long as we're going downhill, we can theoretically just put a bunch more cisterns around here. So I'm kind of looking at this space and I'm thinking if I put this guy in this space, we could impact just about every building down here with a really nice bump to fire safety. And I'm relatively convinced that that is in fact downhill. So I think we can do that. I would also like to get something down in here. I'm not 100% sure how I would go about that, but I think we should try and get an aqueduct thing in here. I think that would be an amazing idea. That's 116 buildings getting affected by this, which I don't know about you, but that's kind of fantastic. That's kind of amazing. So maybe here is what we're going to go for. If we take out these 2 buildings, we can go and we can build a cistern right in here. So right about there, which I think is fine. I want to bring this road out here and here, so it's connected. And then if we go in and just remove these trees, we remove this grass, we kind of have a path for an aqueduct to follow. The only problem is we kind of need to bring it down this way, and we have a bunch of buildings in here already that, well, I mean, we have a market as well that's going to need to move. So I think what we'll do is bulldoze these guys, and we'll go in, we'll get ourselves a new market, and it's going to live right here, which means this one, with all of its decorations as well, is unfortunately going to need to go away, which is really disappointing. I love those decorations. We can do more of them, of course. It's not the end of the world. I'm trying to be productive, man. I'm trying to do good things here and I just get distracted so easily. It's a little embarrassing. We also have this guy, which is a latrine. So let's move that over this way, I guess. I'm not really too sure. I'm not 100% sure what way the aqueduct goes. It's just on a single tile, right? So, man, I don't know what way I'm going to do this. Really haven't figured this out. I think this can go away. All of these buildings in here can maybe go away. I think, or these ones. I don't know. I really don't know. I think these ones can go away. I think that's going to be a little bit easier. This well, I think we can get rid of for a second. This latrine is going to have to go as well. And then all of these buildings need to go. This needs to go. This warehouse needs to go. Oh my God, there's so many buildings that we need to get rid of here. This is a little bit diabolical and I don't love it, but I think it's going to be worth it. What is this building? This is a spinner. Okay. We can get a new spinner is what we can do. We'll go into construction. We actually do need to get a couple of these guys at some point, but this one for now is just going to live on this corner. We can go back in here and actually get ourselves another latrine for this space because we did have to get rid of one, I think. Yeah, we did. And then the aqueduct is sort of going to come down through this space. So this guy goes away. We're making progress. We're definitely, we're definitely making some progress here, which is good. I don't love the idea of getting rid of a warehouse. That does not make me happy, but I think we can just put it in that square and I think that'll be okay. Can I upgrade it right away? I totally can, which means this one can go away. And so now, in theory, if we go in here, we get ourselves an aqueduct, we go to planning mode, I should be able to just bring this straight down through here, which I totally can. I'm slightly tempted to move over by one, just so, well, we're gonna have a weird sort of layout here regardless of what I do, but I'm tempted to sort of do this kind of thing. I'm tempted to sort of bring it over, bring it down here. We can double up the roads in a way that's gonna be sort of satisfying. I did slightly screw that up right there. So aqueduct comes down this far and then cuts down through here towards that guy. And eventually, once that's built, that's gonna give us a bunch of fire coverage in that space, and that should be amazing. It's gonna take a second to get that all built, but I'm relatively sure we can do. Now, the good news is we do have some room in here for a couple more houses, which is not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, we got this latrine in here as well, and we do have some grass that I guess we're going to use as a decorative space because that's about the only thing we can use it for. So all of this space through here is going to be nice and decorative. All of this is already decorative. We can do the same thing underneath the aqueducts as well, just to make it a little bit more consistent through there. I think that'll look fine. Although I probably shouldn't have used planning mode for all of that, but there we go. That's all sorted out, which is great. Planning mode for these guys was also unnecessary, so that's them sorted out as well, which is great. And I think planning mode can probably stay on for bringing an aqueduct down this way, because otherwise it's going to be a little pricey. But fortunately, this should just connect, and it does just connect. It's right there. It's not going to look amazing by any means, but I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be a nice addition to the space. We can also bring a path across there. We can bring some paths up here just to connect everything together. And I like that the aqueducts are sort of becoming the backbone of like major roads through here. I think that's quite cool. So that'll be great. That'll give us fire coverage down here. It'll give us fire coverage right in the middle of everything as well. I would like to extend it over to the other side of the town, but for now, I think this is fine. This is good. This makes me happy. Let's go ahead and see if we can start to put this all together. It is going to be, I think, the roof tiles that hold us back. Actually, no, it'll be the concrete that'll most likely hold us back. We're importing roof tiles these days, so we should be able to make this work. This is not wanting to build because we don't have the concrete. Well, that checks out. That's fine. We're nearly there with this. Now, since we did get rid of some buildings, I would like to come over this way and just put a few more of them out here. I think that could be kind of cool. I'd also like to try my best to get these to line up in a way that looks sort of decent. So we'll get them to line up on either side. We'll go to about here, and that'll be fine. We can... Do I want to do a fancy road through here? Does it matter if I do a fancy road through here? It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't matter. I think what I'll do is this up to about there. And I'm going to look at building a market in this space, because that way we actually have a market for this area. I'm going to build a tavern on the other side, and then we're going to look at bringing some roads around. Oh, I didn't do that right, did I? Hold on a second. Because this is at an angle, the road is going to be a wider road, but it's not. That's really unfortunate. I was hoping that would work slightly differently. I was hoping I'd get a gap down the middle, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case. So that's okay. It's by no means the end of the world. I just thought I'd be a little bit fancier than I'm actually going to be able to be, but that's all right. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. We'll get some houses in here. We'll do maybe a little set like this. We'll do a little set like this. We could do, can I get houses in there? I have my doubts that I'm going to be able to get a road at the back here. I could probably do this though, which I think is fine. We'll do the same on this side as well. And then again, we'll go in, we'll do our roads around all of these guys. A little something like that. It's going to be some very thick roads in there, but that's all right. I don't mind some slightly thicker roads. There's no problem with that. And that'll be a nice little expansion of this space. Is what I'm thinking. I think that'll be a beautiful little expansion of this area. We'll bring this road down here just to sort of fill in that part. And we'll bring this road down through here just to surround those guys. And while these guys aren't going to be thrilled at being nearby a limestone quarry, I think it's okay. I think we can work with this. I'm also wondering if I could go in and maybe give them a Grammaticus. I actually kind of could, which I'm very tempted to do. This would affect 40 buildings, which wouldn't be terrible. It's plus 3 knowledge across 40 buildings. That's plus 120 knowledge. That's not bad. We could do the same with happiness as well. A little bit of extra happiness for these guys wouldn't be bad either. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't more interested in the Grammaticus. I think that could be kind of fantastic, especially if I was to go through and connect these roads. Is that going to be... Ooh, I'm not too sure if it's actually going to let me do this, unfortunately. I don't think it is. I don't think it's going to be... Can I build a road through here at all? No, I don't think I can build a road through there at all. That's really unfortunate. Can I build it over on this side? Is that going to be an option? No. Oh boy. Okay. I was hoping I could. I was really hoping I could do that, but I just don't think it's interested in letting me do that. That's a shame. So that means that the Grammaticus will only affect this side if I build it. So I think we'll pass on the Grammaticus. I think we'll be able to upgrade some of these guys, but I think we'll just pass on the Grammaticus, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. Now, what we can do is build all of this at once, which I think is kind of fantastic. So that gives us a really, really nice expansion down here. I absolutely love that. I would like to come through, of course, because it's me, and do a little bit of grass in here. I would like to do a little bit of grass in here, and this might be too big of an area to just put grass into, but I think that's what we're gonna do because, again, it's me, and that's just sort of what I do. So grass in all those spaces, grass in there as well. And apparently we've researched something. I don't know what we've researched. It is warehouse loading speed. Okay, don't mind if I do. Water consumption goes down by 20%. We should throw that onto the list for sure, just to conserve a little bit of water around here, which is going to be particularly important considering what we're doing with the aqueducts. We might be able to get 1 or 2 more cisterns in here if we can conserve a whole bunch of water. But for now, we'll get this up and going. Our fire safety is now 605, which is kind of incredible. We can start working over here to bring it down towards our docks as well. And again, we're sort of out of concrete, which is, again, totally fine. What have we got going on here? You want a trade treaty. A trade treaty allows mutual trade at each other's trading posts. The other governor's ships will automatically visit your islands and buy and sell goods that you have set up for trade at your trading posts. Sure, we can do that. And you want a defensive pact which means we vow to fight side by side should war be declared on either of you. This includes a non-aggression pact that prevents you from declaring war on each other. Yes, I will absolutely do that. That seems like a really good idea. I'm also keenly aware of the fact that I still have not done this thing for the Emperor, which is terrifying. We have less than 30 minutes to do it. I might buy a bunch of concrete. I might buy some concrete here. If we go and say that we want to maintain stock at 200, we will buy it up until the point that we have 200, after which we will sell any excess that we have. So it's kind of a win-win for me as far as I'm concerned. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it's okay, and hopefully we can get enough concrete to the Emperor so that he doesn't get annoyed with me. That's ultimately the goal here, is to stop the Emperor from, you know, invading. I don't know if that's a thing he does, but it might be. Anyway, we've managed to do, oh, hold on a minute. Oh, look at you. I forgot we were doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I also pretty sure that we need, what, 2 of these? Yeah, we're gonna need to bring 2 of these to that island with the concrete. We have one here already, but we'll bring the other one over just so we can load things up a little bit and hopefully work everything out. We do have 22 concrete right now, so let me just finish this while I'm here so that we can get some fire coverage down this way, which has now brought us back up to 339. It did drop down a little bit, but this seems fine. I love this. I really do. It's very, very cool. It's a little bit messy just seeing all the aqueducts everywhere, but it's very, very cool. I really like it. I'm not gonna lie. I do really, really like it. Anyway, I want to deal with happiness is what I want to deal with. We have a shortage of salt, which isn't good. Mostly the tunics and hats though, and also apparently the sardines. We can fix all of those things. Those are tier 1 productions. So sardines, for example, is super easy to figure out. We have this space here. Obviously, we have all this space over here as well. I think honestly, we use this space over here just because we can kind of stack a couple of these guys, and that should be enough to help us out a little bit. I think I still have planning mode on as well. So we'll build 2 of those. That should resolve our sardines problem, which is always a good thing. As for the tunics, it was 1 to 1, right? Yeah, so every 1 hemp farm is 1 spinner. Now, we don't have that much space for farming around here. We do have some over there. I think over this way is gonna be our best bet. I don't remember what way the hemp farms are set up in terms of their numbers of plants, but I guess we'll figure that out together is what we're gonna do. 60 at the back. Can I do this? What is this gonna do for me? That's 60. Okay, that works out. We'll build another one. I'm still in planning mode, which is fine, I guess. So that is gonna be 2 extra spinners. We'll do a 3rd one, which is gonna be 3 extra spinners. And I suppose we just build these guys, is what we do. So that's 3 new hemp farms. We have a warehouse right across from them. The spinners give us +1 knowledge and +1 income in area. So if I build this here, it's 44 buildings. If I build it over this way, though, we have a lot of buildings that could be impacted by this. Unfortunately, not as many as I would like, but if I build it in like this spot, that's 64 buildings. So I think, let me just double check. It is positives. Yeah, +1 income, +1 knowledge. So bulldoze you guys, and we're gonna build a spinner right here. We'll turn off planning mode as well because we just don't need it anymore. We could also, while we're here, build a little, would a latrine be a good idea? I'm gonna say a well. It's too big. This is too big as well. Okay, the latrine is also too big. Okay, well, now I know. I'm not putting anything in that space. That's totally fine. Let's just do some dirt because apparently that's all we need. So how many of these do we need? We need 3 more spinners. So that's 1. This will be spinner number 2, which I think could fit really nicely over in this space somewhere. I'm not 100% sure where, because I really don't want to get rid of any of these bigger buildings 48 buildings get effective if I put it there. 33 if I put it there. 35 if I put it there. That's not as good as I would like. But I might, maybe this spot here is going to be the best spot for it. Let's get rid of these guys. Let's build ourselves a new spinner. And I think right about there is going to be the best spot for it. So that'll be fine. That'll give us a little bit more knowledge again. And we need one more of these guys. We have all of these buildings out here that could be affected by this. Could I put it in that corner? I think I could if I get rid of this one building. So get rid of you, get rid of these trees, and then I can put a spinner right here. 37 buildings is honestly okay. I can work with that. And of course, I would like to just put some of those trees back because it was kind of the point. So hopefully this figures itself out. Hopefully the tunic situation resolves itself. We're a little bit low on porridge as well, which isn't good. And the hat situation also needs to be figured out. So if we go and have a look here, this was sheep. So every 30 seconds, we get some wool. Every minute we get a hat. So for every one of these, we need 2 of these. These also give us income within a certain radius. So let's get some sheep farms. We have plenty of room for these guys. I'm sort of thinking over here is kind of where I'm going to put them. So let's do 1. And we can just sort of drag this back. That gives us 3 things right there. We can do another one and just drag this back. So for every one of these, it was 2 of these. Yeah, that's how we're going to do this. So we're going to build, I guess, 6 new hat things, which seems really excessive now that I say it out loud, but sure, that's fine. That's what we're doing. We can get some bonus income over this way. I don't think that would be the worst idea in the world. I don't know if these buildings actually generate income though, now that I think about it. So maybe down here, we have 37 buildings that get affected by it if I put it there. Some of these buildings are already covered by one though. 24 buildings out there, 39 buildings, 34 buildings. Let's go for the 34 in that space so that we get that bonus income from those guys. We need 5 more of these. I have slightly bitten off more than I can chew, I think, because I don't know where I'm going to put all of these. But that's going to be 25 buildings. That's 26 buildings, 23, 30. If I build one right there, I think that's what we're going to do, is build one right there. And then out this way, I'm thinking similar story. I'm thinking 35 buildings right there is pretty good. I think we can bring a little path just over behind this guy and down here and also to there, just so we kind of have it surrounded nicely. I think we might want to be cautious about overdoing this. I don't think I'm going to go quite as crazy with this as I could. I don't think we're going to place as many as we could based on the sheep farms, but I think 1 more will be totally fine if I can find the space for it, which is right there. I think that's good. So that'll be a bit of bonus income from all of those buildings. We are down to beneath 1,000 on this, which is slightly concerning. We also have 20 minutes to get all of the concrete to the Emperor that the Emperor would be wanting. So we have 62 on board this ship. We have 104 in here. Let me transfer some concrete to you. So that's 100 on there. We need 69 on the other ship is what we need. I also appear to be missing a ship because I'm pretty sure, didn't I sent one around here? Is that it? No. Where's my other? Hold on a minute. Where did that one trireme go? You. Wait, that's not who I'm looking for. That is who I'm looking for. You. And then you. And then you. Why are you escorting that ship? That is not even remotely what you're supposed to be doing. You can come back is what you can do. And then this ship is going to come around and grab what I need it to grab from the harbor. We'll speed things up actually, because I would like to get this done a little bit sooner than later. So we bring you in. We want to put a bunch of concrete on board. We only need 69 of it though. So I guess we'll just do all of it. That'll be fine. And then both of these ships need to go over here somewhere to an island we have yet to discover, which is fair enough. We have 17 minutes to do this. It shouldn't take that long. I also totally forgot that I sent my flagship down to claim this island for 120k. Oh my God, we're doing it. It's so expensive, but we're doing it. We need the minerals on this island, and it is a huge island. We have so much that we're going to need to do here. We have so much that we're going to need to do here. It's going to be kind of wild. I'm also expecting that there's some islands over there we should go and discover. We have some bad guys down here. Ooh. That is a little something something. Okay. What is this? You have encountered Kaiso Regulus Syracuse. He is best known for buying and selling slaves in Latium. We will warn him about trading in my province, is what we're going to do. What is this? I've been invited to some sort of private party. My Ben thinks it's a bad idea, but how bad could it be? You will have to pay an entry fee of 10,000. Ugh. Sure. We'll accept the invitation. I don't know what this is doing or what this means, but sure. That's just how we're gonna do things. So we have discovered a little bit of land right here. We need to sail to Valeria's marina at some point as well. We have another bad guy ship right in here. We are gonna need to deal with the bad guys at some point. I need to discover his island and do something about it. But I would like to just stay on top of the... here we are. So we found Diana's island, which is great because we need to go to the quest target. And I should, hopefully, be able to deliver all of this concrete, which has certainly pleased the Emperor. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's sail into the fog a little bit further. There's an island right down here that I'd like to discover. This is kind of the only end of the map that we haven't discovered, and I'm relatively sure that the bandits and the outlaws and the bad people are going to be down this way. This is a very cool looking island. Ooh, it has great fertility too. All right, we might have to consider this if we don't find ourselves... Well, I don't think we're going to need it, actually. Also, what is all of this? That's a lot of... It's a lot of boats going to my island right there. We've also got a lot of bad guy boats going around my new island, which I don't necessarily love. Not sure how I feel about that. Oh, that's a very cool looking island too. That's very, very, oh my God, it's huge. Oh, hold on, there's more bad guys. I'm trying to stay on top of the bad guy situation because I do want to, I don't want to get caught out by them for one, but also I do want to get into a fight at some point. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. Is there a fight going on here? There is. Oh, that's interesting. What are their boats made up of? One of the towers, so archers and the other thing that I don't remember the name of. I'm a little wary about going around here. I'm not gonna lie, it does seem like there's a lot of bad guys going through. In fact, there's one right here that we can go and try and take out. We should be able to do this. We have, I think, the better boat, if I'm not mistaken. Although he's getting away, so I'm just gonna sort of leave him be, I think. Like I said, I want to continue down this way. We have another bad guy boat coming up here. So let's see if we can't do a little bit of damage before he gets away. Doesn't seem like it. And I'm relatively sure he's probably fleeing back to his own territory, which would check out. So let's leave him be. We're not chasing him down. I see a little something something in the fog right here, which I'm assuming is going to be their island, which means I've got my island right next to theirs, and that has me a little bit nervous. I don't love that at all. I really, are we being chased? No, they're close to us, but they're not approaching because I think I've just got the better boat. That's okay. As long as they stay away, that's all right. And there we go. We found their island. Oh, wow. It's got like defenses and stuff. It's really cool looking. Wait, what do you mean a ship is under attack? Uh-oh. Wait, what? Have they got a little They've got a little fleet over there. That's a lot of boats. I think we go back here, is what I think we do. We might need to be careful. I'm kind of think we might need to be careful. We also need to go to this marina. So I guess we'll send one of my other boats over this way just to get that done. One of my ships, where? Who's under it? How are we under attack? We're fine. I mean, we're not. We've got, you know, this island right next to them, which, no wait, this isn't my island at all. This one right next to them. This makes me nervous. This makes me really nervous, actually. I don't know how I feel about this. I really, really don't. Because I think what we're going to need to do is set up some kind of blockade between these islands and what do you mean a ship is under? How? We're fine. I mean, they're sort of chasing us, but we're fine. I think I might actually try and do that. I think setting up just a full-on blockade could be kind of fun. So I need more of these guys. I'm gonna build 2 of them there. I'm gonna build 1 of them there. And it's gonna cost a lot to do this, but I think we can do this because they're just going through these waters right next to my new island very happily. And I'm not very happy about that. So we'll try to see what we can do. Now this is the quest target that we were here for. We need to select your warehouse. Where's your warehouse? Over there. I love the look of this island. Property of vessel. Okay. Wait for her to return from her errand in 3 minutes. Okay. A shady plebe. What is this? While you were waiting for Valeria to return from her errand, a plebeian on that offered to sell you some dice. Really, really good dice. Allegedly. Given the price you paid to attend the event, they hardly cost anything at all, but do you really need these? She didn't say this was a bring your own dice event. Okay. I'll buy them. Sure. You hand over your coins, they hand over the dice. They have an odd weight to them, but before you can ask about it, she's gone.
You have spoken.
Okay.
We shall act.
I feel like I'm cheating at something, and I don't know if that's a good idea. In fact, I'm almost certain it's probably not a good idea. But it's what I'm doing, because apparently it's just what I'm doing. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. We'll be fine. It'll be okay. How is my research going? What are we working on right now? Firmer foundations. Okay. What do I need to get the next boat? I need this. Have 500 Romanized and 500 Celtic population with at least 1,701 knowledge. So I do need to go to Albion, is what that tells me. I don't think we're gonna do that today, but I think in the next episode we probably will, because I think what we need to do is look into. Oh, hello. What are we doing here? We're selecting the aleatorium. All right. I am not 100% sure what's going on here. The main event has been set up in here away from prying eyes. Oh boy. This guy is a little bit drunk. Are we looking for a fight? As you entered the back rooms of Lilibeon, you bumped into one of Valeria's other patrons. The man has clearly had too much to drink, but the equestrian stripe of purple across his toga marks him as a person of some importance. It's generally considered somewhat undignified for provincial governors to engage in fisticuffs, but the man is unwilling to leave you alone. Well, if it's a fight he wants. Oh boy. He might be someone tough, is what I'm thinking. This might have been a bad idea. Oh. Oh. He's making a scene. He's being asked to leave. I can work with that. He's going to show us a bloody scene. Okay. He's a senator. That's a development. Right. Hold on. I wasn't expecting that. I also wasn't expecting dialogue, to be quite honest with you. That is, Interesting.
Take his place in the finals.
We're taking his place in the finals against...
Syracuse, we've met.
Really?
I've been waiting long enough. Take up your
Huh.
eye and let's get this over with.
Well, that was unexpected. Taking your place across from Syracuse, you seat yourself on the gambling table, or at the gambling table, not on the table. An array of dice lies before you. A Fratilis, an iron dice tower, stands opposite, ready to roll. The rules are simple. Highest die wins. In the event of a draw, roll again until a winner is found. All that's left to do is choose the die that will determine your fate. We have the wooden die, the bone die, the gold die, or use the die I bought earlier. I'm going to use the one I bought earlier. Syracuse takes initiative. His die, cast from an ominous black iron, clatters noisily through the Fratilis and lands on a 6. The best you can hope for now is a draw. Hoping against hope, you cast your weighty die in the tower. It hurtles through, landing on a 6 to match Syracuse's own. It's a draw. You need to roll again. The two of you trade 6s back and forth for some time. Syracuse looks impassive, but he surely knows what you're up to by now, as you surely know what he's up to in return. The stalemate continues until Syracuse's abysmal die catches the rim of the tower, spinning and landing not on a 6, but a 3. Your own die has no such issue and produces the expected 6 one final time. You have won.
So that's your game,
Interesting.
is it? Ugh.
So we beat him in a game of chance.
We'll be seeing you
Fair enough. I don't know what I won. Oh, 20,000 denarii. Sure. Absolutely works for me. I will absolutely take that money. No problem at all. So looking back at the happiness situation, we are obviously low on lavender. We're apparently low on limestone, despite the fact that we could have the potential for 6 in here. We're low on wheat and we're low on porridge. So let's do a little something about that because we easily should be able to. We have wheat here, which is a minute. Porridge is a minute. So a 1-to-1 ratio again. And the porridge is going to give us nothing nearby, so we can just build these things wherever. So I guess we'll build a wheat farm here with room for 80 tiles behind it. We'll go and do, I guess this looks a little bit weird, but I can work with that. We'll do another one. And I'm really hoping I can make this work in a way that's going to look cool. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, so now we build 2 porridge stands. I'm thinking right here, I'm thinking right here, and that'll hopefully deal with the porridge situation and make people just that little bit happier, which is what we're looking for. And so I suppose we should start working on this new island over here because we do have to build our way up to level 3 or tier 3 buildings on this island. That's going to be kind of important. So a little road across here seems like a pretty solid idea. We'll do a little something sort of down through the middle of this space, although I would like to kind of go around. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it simple is what we're going to do. Let's do, how do I want to do this? I'm debating. I feel like we're not going to put woodcutters down here is what I'm thinking. I think woodcutters could go sort of up here for one. I think we can get one in that space. We're going to need a few of these guys, but it is just money to build all of these. So this should be relatively straightforward. We have a ton of money. Doing that is a particularly bad idea though, which I don't love. So I guess bulldoze you. We can do a new woodcutter a little bit further back is going to be better for us. And then rotate this guy around to here. And hopefully it doesn't mess too much with the trees when I go to put a road around it, which it doesn't. Okay, so that's fine. I can work with that. I want to bring a road sort of out here. And I would like to see about doing another woodcutter just up this way. Is this going to be an option at all? Not really. This space, though, is pretty solid. So we'll go and do something like this again. We'll do some roads around you and a little road that comes down this way, connecting all this together. So that's going to be 2 woodcutters. And I think I can work with that to begin with. That actually does seem like a pretty good spot for them. I kind of like that. We could do some farming up here as well if we needed to. But for the time being, we'll just do, I guess, a warehouse right about there. Seems totally fine as far as I'm concerned. We'll surround it like so, which apparently I don't have the materials to build, or it's maybe just going to need connected to everything. You know what? It's fine. Let's get ourselves a road that just runs the entire way. Oh, it can't go in a straight line. That's annoying. That's really upsetting. Okay, that's fine. We'll go from here. I've also just realized that I do need some woodcutters a little bit closer to the trading post down here, since that's going to be acting as our storage. So we'll do a little something like this, and that's going to mean that we can start making some timber, which means we can start making this warehouse, and I can start moving everything around a little bit so it all makes a little bit more sense around here. Now, I suppose we can take a bit of a look into other productions. We are going to be needing a fishing hut here. So let's use planning mode for a bunch of this. I'm thinking we just do 3 of these guys so that we never really need to worry about sardines. When it comes to porridge, it is that 1-to-1 ratio. So we can do oat farms and porridge stands and all that good stuff. What is this? Missing street connections. Where? I don't think we are. I think we're good. We seem to be good. Okay, that's fine. Let's get ourselves an oat farm in here. Is it something I can fit into that space? No, that's fine. And you know, it's fair to say that I might have overdone it a little bit with the oat farms here, but that's probably fine. We can do a bunch of these little guys and just get a bunch of oats in here, and that should keep everybody nice and happy. At least that's sort of my theory as for what we're going to be doing here. Hopefully keeping everybody nice and happy and nice and fed as well. Also, I mentioned in the last episode, I think, about how I was feeling like I was getting sick. There might be a couple more cuts in this episode than usual. This one might also be a little bit shorter because I'm just sneezing my friggin' brains out right now. It's just a whole thing. So yeah, if that's a thing, if I sound like I'm, you know, a little bit more nasal than usual, yeah, I'm getting like a cold, I think. It's you know, it's nothing huge. It's not a massive deal. It's just a little bit frustrating is what it is, but that's okay. I will manage. The show must go on regardless. We will endure like Rome itself, which famously endured. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's get these roads in here. Let's get ourselves a little market. Let's get ourselves a tavern. Let's get some roads around that as well. What is this?
Think on it.
A ransom demand? Absolutely not. No, I refuse.
See how it
In fact,
is.
I refuse so much that I'm going to grab all of my ships, is what I'm going to do. I would like to grab all of you. And I want to grab all of, can I just grab like from you to all of you? Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to grab all of these guys and I'm going to move them to, in fact, I'm not going to move them. I'm going to set them to patrol is what I'm going to do. I want them to go basically back and forth in this body of water because I think that's going to be really funny. So we're going to say patrol and we're going to go from, I guess, here to, let's see, I want to say here, and we're just going to sort of bring them down and around this whole space. And I think I'll bring them in front of my island a little bit as well. We'll sort of bring them out and around, and then I want to bring them over to, do I want to bring them over here or just over there? Just a block. You know what? I'm going to bring them sort of straight across to this little island. And then we're going to turn and just gradually make our way back at our own leisurely pace. So this way, we're kind of just setting ourselves up to deal with whatever comes into that body of water. And that's kind of the plan. I think that'll be good. I think that'll be really, really good. Now we do need to make a point of getting some people living on this island. So let's get these guys built here. Let's get this and this built. Let's get all of you built. And that should give us a little bit of a population here so that all of these things are up and running. We'll be giving them porridge, which is good. Eventually, I think. We're going to need to give them clothes as well if we want to level them up, which we are going to want to do at some point. I'm not thinking I'm going to keep these houses here long term, but I think just initially while we get this place set up, it's probably for the best. We can also give them the sardines down here because that's going to be kind of important. And honestly, I'm just really excited to see my fleet. Look at that. Look at that. I'm really excited about this. This should push those enemy boats just away from here. And if anything tries to come through, it's going to have to contend with my my fleet. I'm so pleased with this. I'm so pleased with this. Anyway, I want to come back up here because as we know, it is a 1-to-1 ratio for these hemp fields and the spinners. So we'll bring a little something back like this. We'll do this as well. And I want to just see if I can get a fun little layout for our hemp fields. I think it'd be kind of nice to just have something that, I don't know, fills up the space in a nice, interesting kind of way. We'll do something like this. We'll do something like this, which fills it up as well. And I could get another one out here, but I don't think we're going to need it. So we'll build both of these guys. We'll build you guys as well, so they all have their porridge. And then we need these things, which is bonus income, bonus knowledge. So let's build one. We can turn off planning mode as well. We'll build one here so that all of these guys are covered by it. And I want to say that's probably enough for now. We've overdone it a little bit on the hemp, but that should give them, it should give them clothing, which will keep them nice and happy, which is what we're looking for. So that's totally fine. I also totally forgot that we need a warehouse here. So we'll just do a little something like this, which doesn't interfere with anything else, which is great. That should start giving them clothes, and that should make them nice and happy, which is what we're looking for. Now, the thing to keep in mind with this island is this is where we're going to be getting the Sandarak, which was something we needed for these guys for the writing tablets. Now, interestingly, we can make these things on this island pretty easily if we can get our hands on marble, which we don't have here. That's a little problematic. Do we have marble over this way? No. Do we have marble out here? We do. So we do have an island with marble, which is good. We're just going to need, oh man, I've realized that basically what we need to do is set up 2 entirely new islands up to level 3. But if we can do that, I mean, this island has minerals, so we can do the stuff with the minerals. We can get the glass blower. We're going to need marble for that as well. So I think I'm almost tempted to say that setting up this island here might be better for us in the long term than setting up, well, not the long term. This one might be needed first, basically. The marble might be needed sooner than later. We could also do lavender down here. We could build some giant lavender fields and start shipping that over to our main island. Oh, hold on a second. What's going on in here? We do have one of these guys trying to get around, and they're turning back, which is good. They have quite a few ships trying to come through here. I don't know how that's going to go for them. I don't think it's going to go very well for them. Although, interestingly, these ships aren't doing anything about it. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Okay. Are we chasing them down? I think we are. we are to a point, at least, which is fine. So I think my little blockade, for the most part, is working. I would almost be tempted to just have them go back and forth across here. That might be better, but you know what? This is funny as it is. I can work with this. But yeah, my thinking with these islands is I think marble might be needed sooner than later, so we might have to go all in on that. Which is a little upsetting because we were, you know, working on this place down here, but I get the feeling that the only benefit we're going to get from this island right now is probably going to be lavender. And I think that's what we do. We start shipping lavender from here to the main island. We could then maybe take lavender out of here and do more with resin, and maybe do more with the olives as well. I think that's what we do. We have a huge amount of space down here for lavender fields, so let's do a massive amount of lavender fields. I'm not 100% sure where to do them right now. I don't really know if that matters too much, but I'm kind of looking at this space. I I want to say we use this space over here. I know that these things get a ton of field slots behind them though. So let's start with a bridge, which is going to have to go there apparently. You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're doing this the proper way. We're doing this the efficient way. Or at least we're going to try to, is what we're going to do. Can I do a little bridge here? Apparently I can. Okay. Oh, I don't know what way I'm going to do this. I said I'm doing it the efficient way. I think this would make sense. I think we do lavender, and I think we do this. Now we need roof tiles for this. Okay. So for roof tile production, we need clay. This is 30 seconds, 1 minute. So for every one of these, we need 2 tilers. Now we do have room for this up here, which is good. We have room up here as well, which is good. Let's do 2 of these for now, just because we can, which means we're going to need 4 tilers, which gives us a negative fire stat debuff, which I don't love. Putting 4 of these together really might not be a good idea, but it's what I'm going to do because I've chosen violence is what I've chosen. Let's get this just here. And then we also need fire coverage, which needs rooftop. Wait. Oh yeah, we're going to make them. we're making them. That's what we're here for. Put this guy here. We can do a well, I guess, right about here as well. We can do a little latrine at the back just for a little bit of bonus health down here. Not that it's really needed. And I guess we could do a watchtower just for a bit of bonus happiness. I don't know if we need bonus happiness down here, but again, we'll just do it. And I suppose while we're here, we should probably look into fire coverage for more of this space because it is going to be lacking a little bit. Now, annoyingly, this is kind of the best spot for it. So we'll go there. We can do a well in that corner just for a bit of extra fire coverage. That seems good. I can't fit a well in there, but I can fit a well up here, which I'm okay with. I realize I'm doing all this with planning mode, but I can't really not do it with planning modes. That's fine. That should be all right for now. We can make that work. Let's get a road around you. Let's do a little road. I want to say here and bring this guy just straight out. So that's nicely connected. I don't know if that's going to have a warehouse in range though, which is slightly problematic. So let's just do a little road like this that kind of connects that guy down towards the trading post. Again, might be out of range, but that's okay. We'll do a little something here and maybe bring this. I don't know what way to do this really. We'll bring this up here, I suppose, and that'll be fine. Bring it over and that'll be okay. This one is almost certainly going to need a, oh man, not to keep going on about it, but I can hear myself as this video goes on, just getting more and more like nasally and sick. Like if I'm pausing in the middle of sentences, it's because I can't breathe out of my nose at all. I'm really like, again, like I said, I'm laughing because I know it's just a cold. I know it's just like, it's that time of year. So I'm laughing because it's more just like a little frustrating, and I always find it funny. I don't know why I always find it funny, but I always find it funny like when you can hear, first off, when you know that you're getting sick, but you know it's nothing serious, so you can just kind of hear yourself like deteriorating over the course of a couple of hours. You go from like being able to project your voice and sound completely normal, obviously that's what I sound like when I'm not recording, into like just sitting there like the entire, it's just, I love it. I don't know why. It's just really funny to me. Anyway, we need level 2 workers now. Let's upgrade some of you guys is what we'll do. We'll get you guys upgraded. We can upgrade you guys as well, which is, we're still at a bit of a shortage, which is really unfortunate. So let's build a few more houses is what we're going to do. We have got the space. We have got the technology. We'll do something like this. We can connect all you guys together, and I should be able to upgrade a few more of these guys to sort out our worker shortage problem, I think. Do I really need to upgrade more of them? I think I do. That's sorted out our shortage of worker problem. which means we should have roof tiles getting made, which means I can start making other things, fire safety and whatnot. Hopefully that also includes the lavender grower. It'll be fine. We'll get there. It's gonna take a second, but we'll get there. I'm looking forward to this. I'm really looking forward to this. I think we'll do the lavender thing, like I said, and then the other island, we're gonna have to focus on that because I think realistically, we need the marble first. Now, in other news, I am gonna take these guys off of their patrol for a second because I'm gonna grab 3 of them and put them here. And I'm gonna grab another 3 and I'm gonna put them over here. And then there's one of them that I haven't sent anywhere. Or have I sent you somewhere? No, I haven't. Okay, so you are gonna go back to the main island just so I have one boat kind of chilling. And then my plan here is to grab you 3. I'm gonna pause while I do this. And I'm gonna say that I want you to patrol from here to there. And that's about it, just back and forth. And then you guys are gonna patrol from here. In fact, should I have them patrol a little bit further down so we can potentially trap the bad guys? That could be kind of fun. Let's have you patrol from here to there. And I might have to get them to pause when they do that because these guys are gonna move back and forth first. So you guys are just gonna sit there for a second. In fact, what I'll do is set up your patrol route now from there to there and go. So if this works, which it looks like it does, they move across this way, they move across this way. I mean, admittedly, these guys have the wind behind their sails, so it's not, they will probably line up at some point or other, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here. This should work kind of nicely as a way to block enemy ships from coming through. And if enemy ships do pass one, it might hit the other. If they turn around to flee, they might then go back and get sandwiched, which I think would be kind of cool. I could also just set my ships across this stretch of water and not do this at all, which would also be a valid option, but I think we'll stick with this. Now, in other news, I totally forgot about charcoal production because I'm an idiot. So that's a little something we're gonna need. That is also gonna massively impact our fire safety in any given area, which is not good. We could put charcoal production right there though, which I think I'm fine with. So let's see if I can do this and this. And now if I actually need to look at the numbers here to see what we're doing. So this is every minute, this is every 30 seconds. So we would need 2 charcoal burners is what that tells me. Interesting. Okay. I didn't think about this. Did not think about this at all. We do have a good amount of trees out here. I'm not too sure that we're going to be able to access that burner all that easily, though. I think we can maybe manage. I don't know. I don't think we can. I think this guy needs to be, I don't know, over here somewhere, but I really don't want to have those negative effects on my houses. I guess we'll just try here. And we can see if I can maybe just do a little road here, which doesn't seem to impact the burner itself, which is good. We will need a warehouse out here, which could probably live on that corner if I wanted it to, but I'm kind of thinking, well, I was going to put my lavender stuff there. You know what? Let me change these roads just a little bit. We can do a little road that comes off of that bridge and sort of comes over this way. And then the warehouse could live in this corner. We can surround it with roads. And I'm actually thinking that we, instead of having this guy come over and connect there, it does this instead. I think that's okay. So that gives us a warehouse exactly where we're going to be putting our lavender, which should be fine. We are going to need more workers though. So let's just see if we can do a little something about that. We have got some space here. There are a bunch of trees in there that we're going to be getting rid of, but that's fine. As long as we're not impacting our woodcutters, I'm not really too worried about that. So get these guys in here. We need to upgrade a few of you. just to get the plebeian workforce for the charcoal burner thing. And I mean, everything seems to be working. This guy is going to be missing charcoal, but that's fine. We are going to be able to build our well, our watchtowers, our latrines, and eventually our fire station things as well. And of course, along with all of that, because we have those roof tiles now, we will be able to build some lavender growers, which is going to be my priority. So let's do... I'm just going to go right to the side here, I think. And we'll just see what happens, is what we're going to do. These things have 180 tiles of lavender, which is kind of nuts and a little bit much as far as I'm concerned, but that should be fine right there. And apparently a ship is under attack. What have we got going on? What do we have going on? Oh, wow. Is that a whole fleet of bad guys? No. No, it is not. But it does seem like my little blockade is working because we hit this guy pretty hard. Oh, he's getting attacked by that guy too. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. I love that this is working. I love that this is working so much. Let's get ourselves another lavender grower in here. And we will just bring this up and around, I suppose. We'll try and get something kind of interesting looking for this space. I think that's kind of cool. It, again, fills out the space, which is totally fine as far as I'm concerned. And we'll do just one more is what we're going to do. So we'll put it, I guess, right about... can I get this to look interesting at all? Sort of. There we go. I think that looks fine. So that is a huge amount of lavender, which is okay. So every two... Actually, it's only every 2 minutes, now that I think about it. I don't know how much... I mean, we need more than we have, right? So do I just do another one? I feel like I can. I feel like I might just do another one. I'll do another 2. I don't want to do more than that because I think that's getting into the realm of maybe a little bit too silly. But I think another 2 would be fine. We'll do something like this. And then on this guy, we'll do whatever fills out this space in a way that doesn't look terrible. I think it's always going to look terrible, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if it's not going to look terrible. I don't know that we have the luxury of this not looking absolutely awful. If I rotate this a little bit, we can connect it here to sort of fill out that space, which I'm okay with. We can sort of do this to fill out that space, which I guess it doesn't look great, does it? It doesn't look great. If I'm completely honest, I don't love it. Can I do, apparently that's 180 right there. You know what? That's fine. That is completely fine. Let's go ahead then and get ourselves a civilian ship. I think we have some civilian ships. We absolutely do. No, these are military ships. That's my flagship, and that's my one civilian ship, which is on a trade route. So let's get another one, is what I'm thinking. This is, I don't think, a special grade civilian ship at all. Do I want to keep the mast on there so it goes a little bit faster? I don't think maximum speed is what I'm concerned about. I think minimum speed is what I'm concerned about. So we'll do this, and we're going to build a civilian ship. And then this thing can be set up to bring the lavender back from this island, which is probably for the best. Let's also build all of this stuff so that we have a bit of fire safety in here. We'll build you, we'll build you, we'll build a well up here as well. And we can also upgrade our warehouse, which I think I'll do just because there's probably a lot of stuff going through that one. And that should keep us pretty good. We also need to get more Libertas workforce out here. So let's see if that's a little something we can do. Where would that go? I guess in here, possibly. No, that's maybe a little bit too close to everything. I realize build out that way, but I've completely blocked access to that space. So you know what? Get rid of you. And I'm also gonna get rid of you for a second, and I'm gonna rebuild just one of those because I think that's probably all we need. I don't think we're gonna be moving enough lavender for us to really need as much as I'd put there, to be completely honest. We'll do something like this as well. Can I Can I get this to work like that? There we go. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be completely fine. This is giving us what? Extra happiness in the area. So let's bring a road down here. And I guess we just look at building a new little housing area. I am going to do something like, well, maybe not quite that. I am going to have this little gap here though, because I do want to do some trees in there. I like doing my decorations. I think it's important for me. Not for the game. The game doesn't really care, but it's important for me. We'll do 5. I think that'll be fine. We can do, oh, that's a sanctuary. We don't need that right now. We are going to want a market though. So let's do a market right here. Let's do a tavern right next to it, sort of facing this way. And then we'll do a bunch more houses. In this space, we'll go for the 5 again. We can sort of double this up a little bit. We can do a little something. Oh, we can do a little something there, actually. That's okay. Maybe that space stays open for something later on. That might be the smart play right there. We'll do this as well, so we have something a little bit asymmetrical, but that's okay. We can get all these guys around here, get all of this in here. And yeah, we'll just leave this open for something down the line if I want to build something in there. That should give us all the workers that we want. We have a little bit of combat going on in here. Good luck to this guy. Good luck. Yeah, he thought otherwise, which again is the point of what I've got going on here. That's fantastic. I love that. I really do. It makes me so happy just seeing them turn and run away. That makes me so happy. I love that so much. Oh, here we go. We have our civilian ship. So what I think I'd like to do here is start bringing some lavender over to this island. Because again, if we look at our happiness, production with lavender kind of sucks. We need more charcoal as well. So I think that's what we do. I think we look at getting ourselves a new trade route. So you are going to be going not to Albion, but instead to this island, back to my main island. And you are going to be moving nothing but lavender. You are going to be unloading it when you get back here. And I also want to enable our, is it options? Yes. I want to make sure that you are waiting for goods. So this ship might be waiting for a while here because it can carry, I think, 200 lavender, but that should be fine. We could set you to I could set you to 200. Oh, I can only set you to 50. Can I tell you to load up entirely on lavender? I think I totally can, which is great. So I'm just going to say do that. Maybe only 150, but yeah, I'm okay with that. I think that'll be fine. All ships in the route are paused. That's fine. There it goes. Okay. That is fine. We could arguably stop bringing lavender over from the other island now if I really wanted to. I don't know that I really want to, but we could. It would be an option. I do, however, want to take a look in here again. So the lavender situation should get sorted out. The resin situation, I don't know. The salt situation, I don't know. The toga situation, I don't know. The resin though, I want to take a look at that. Can we do resin down here? We cannot. Can we do resin up here? We can. So we can do olives and we can do resin on this island. We can also do marble, which again, I did mention that we probably want to focus on this island. It is worth keeping in mind that you know what? I think we do. I think we change things a little bit here. I think we need to look at our trade routes. Wait, is my ship under? What the hell happened there? Okay, I don't appreciate that. I do not appreciate that. Let's stop doing the lavender here. Is my thinking. I think this is okay. I think we can avoid doing the lavender completely, and I think as a result, we can go to this island and maybe just get rid of the lavender fields because we could do olives instead. We could move a bunch of olives. In fact, I think that seems like a great idea. So let's go into our construction menu. Let's go to olive oil. Let's go to olive grower. And I guess we want to do a little something right here and just fill up this space with olives, of which we can grow a bunch of them. So this is still going to be covering a massive amount of this island in one thing, but honestly, that's not the end of the world. We can still make that work. We'll do, let's see, what way do I want to do this? Does that cover it? That does. So that's one olive grower right there. I want to do another one right in this space, I think. Maybe just a little bit further along so we can kind of surround it in olives. So right out to here, right out to here, and then right down to about there. Should be pretty good. And we can do one more right in this space just to fill up to about there, I think. And then a little, I really want to try and avoid impacting those trees. I don't know if I'm using them. I think I might be, but we'll try this. Can I turn this to an angle? I totally can. We can do this, which actually fills out the space pretty well. Sort of, kind of, not really. I kind of want to bring this back a little bit now, because that does not look particularly good. I know it doesn't matter if it looks good, but I want it to, so it's going to. We'll do this, we'll do this, and then we'll fill out, I don't know what part we're doing here. Can I do that as well? That's 158 still. What about up here? That's 160. There we go. So that's a bunch of olives. We have this entire area too, which I'm thinking could also be set up to be an olive grower. We do, however, want some resin tappers. So it's probably not the worst idea in the world to try and get another one. We actually can get one right here, which I think we're going to do. I think a little resin tapper right there is going to be kind of fantastic. I think that's really important. I can do one in here as well, which I think is really good. So again, that's, are you good? You've got 49 and 45. That's good. Okay. So we have olives, we have resin. I think that means if we go to the trade route here, which is you, we can look at this trade route. And I want to say we're just going to load you up in olives. I think it's just going to be a double olive run. I think we can manage that. So we'll unload it. We could say wait there for goods, but again, you might be waiting a while. So I think we'll just save the changes in that trade route. Everything should be okay. And apparently we have a shortage of workers over here, which is not ideal. So let's make some upgrades is what we're going to do. We'll upgrade all of you guys. We'll upgrade you as well. And we'll upgrade you guys, which puts us in a spot where we now have enough of everybody, but we'll get these guys too, just to make sure that we're nicely sorted. And I'm excited about this. This should, I think we have now got more lavender production than we did before. We obviously have more olive and resin production than we did before. So generally speaking, our main island should be in a much stronger spot. It also looks like we might have trapped an enemy ship up here, which is kind of hilarious. I like that a lot. We have this guy passing by. We have this guy waiting on lavender. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I am. I'm feeling pretty good about this. What is this? Sunk one of my ships. Trade route. Wait, did you sink? You sank my trade ship? You sank my trade ship. Okay. 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 First off, we're gonna build a new one. Obviously. Then we're gonna build some warships. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a few of those actually, because I'm gonna have some fun with my warships. Is what I'm going to do. I am going to take 3 of these guys out of here and go target this ship, though. I probably should have had an escort on my trade route, to be fair. I kind of forgot about the fact that this ship was in here. Not entirely convinced I can hunt it down, though, because we're sailing into the wind, and it is going to have a faster, lower speed than me, because it has the oars. But if I can kind of just keep chasing it, that's fine by me. If I can hunt this guy down, I am more than happy to do that. If he's, you know, you sink one of my ships, I will sink one of your ships. That is no problem as far as I'm concerned. And he's going straight towards my harbor, which is not going to make life any better for him. I don't love the fact that he's going straight towards my harbor, but my harbor will start shooting at him. He's kind of screwed and kind of trapped, and, well, there we go. That is a write-off. That works for me. Let me go and grab whatever we had here. We have a bunch of flotsam out here, which I'd like to get my hands on, if they wouldn't mind. So that's going to be resin, and that is going to be olives. We can go and drop those off here, and then we'll get these ships back on... Well, do I want to put them on a trade route, or do I want them to... I don't know what I want them to do. I guess we are building some new warships, so... Maybe for the time being, we guard some different sections of water. That might not be a terrible idea, so we'll get these into trading post full. Really? Maybe we didn't need more resin. Interesting. Can I... Oh, we are consuming resin so slowly. Okay, well, that's fine. These ships here, I think what we'll do is just patrol back and forth across here. That seems like a solid idea. So that we can maybe keep enemy ships out and away from, well, my trade routes, essentially. Obviously, these guys are still going back and forth, but I think some ships going back and forth here would be good too. Now can I get rid of this resin yet? No. Can I throw it overboard? Is that an option? I think I do this, right? What does that do? I have no idea. I have no idea. How do I throw something overboard? I don't want this. I need rid of this. Oh, there we go. I've managed to throw it overboard. That works for me. Let's get you guys reunited, and I think we will just do... I think we just do a patrol back and forth here, so that if any enemy ships do get through my other patrol, we have these guys here to sort of deal with it, and that sort of makes sense. In fact, I wonder if it would even make sense to have a ship just sort of in the middle. So if I put one right there, and then I have one ship that patrols sort of the back line here, so just back and forth, and then another one that patrols the front like that. Now, hopefully, everything lines up here and they're not just moving back and forth at the same time. It's kind of looking like they might be, which isn't really ideal. Can I... Hold on, let me get you to go back. I want you to patrol, hold on, we'll go from here to there. And I think that'll be fine. We can let you go now and figure out what you're doing, which hasn't really worked. Okay. I'm not very good at this. I think that's probably fine. I don't love that they're way too lined up. They're way too lined up. This hasn't quite worked the way I wanted it to, but you know what? It's never going to be perfect. I think that's a good way to sort of guard it though, right? We have one ship in the middle. We have two ships going back and forth. That should be fine. We do have to be mindful of the fact though, that the enemies can go around the back of my island. So that's something we'll have to guard as well, but that's okay. What I think we will do is get ourselves this guy. We will add you to... Do I not have... Hold on. I have a trade route with a problem. This one here. We don't need this new trade route. We need... Your ships have to wait a long time at the station. That's fine. We need to assign a civilian ship to this trade route, which I want to say is this one? I think it's this one. I want to say it's this one. I think that's the new... That is the new ship. So we'll assign that. Yeah, you. You are going to be set to escort that ship is what you're going to do. So you're going to be sticking with them and they're going to move together as best they possibly can because this ship is apparently faster. That's not ideal, but it should keep them nice and safe. It should mean that that trade route is okay and it should keep us in a good spot so that I don't have to worry about losing another ship. Now, we should probably pick a patron god for this island. In fact, all of my islands could do with some gods. This one is going to give us increased production of clothes, which is interesting. Don't know if I'm particularly interested in that, to be quite honest with you. Is there anyone that gives me more lavender? I'm going to say no is the answer to that one. We'll go with you anyway, just because we can. Just because we might as well. Can I set just a global one? Ooh, we have your shrine. Lovely. Okay. Increase storage limit in all islands by 300 tons. That would be kind of cool as well. Definitely wouldn't say no to it. We have kind of reached our storage limit here just a little bit, which isn't exactly ideal. Can I build a... What am I looking for here? One of these guys. We actually can build one of these in here. So that'll give us a little bit more storage in the island, which is completely fine by me. That'll mean that we can sort of move everything out of all these different storage spaces here and into some good storage spaces. What's going on here? Too many transporters loading delayed. We need to upgrade you, is what we need to do, and that should improve things. We have a festival that can be hosted. Okay. We could pay for it, which I think is fine. We will do exactly that so that we pay for the festival and keep everybody nice and happy. I don't really know what they're celebrating. I didn't really pay attention to it. But at the very least, we have a massive amount of lavender production here. Hopefully this boat manages to fill up with it at some point and head back. And you know, just because I'm a little bit sick of the unhappiness back here in this main island, I'm gonna go ahead and build some more flour production is what we're gonna do, and probably another bakery, but mostly the flour production. So every 1 minute we get wheat, every 30 seconds we get grain, or we use the grain mill, so we get flour. So 2 wheat farms for 1 grain mill is what we're gonna be looking for. These guys have 140 behind them, so I think actually rotating this might be a great idea. So let's put you this way around, or the other way around. I like that way around. And then what we'll do is drag this right back as far as we can reasonably go, which is going to fill in quite a bit of that space actually, which is fine by me. We can do, I guess, something like that. Kind of fills it in sort of an interesting way. We can do another one of these guys just right next to that first one and drag this all right back to here, which I think is fine by me. And then again, we'll get ourselves a grain mill. Do we have any good options for it? Is the question. We do. Oh, that right there is the perfect spot for it. This is, I don't know if it's going to do anything nearby, but that is kind of the perfect spot for a grain mill. So that should improve our flour production, and that should stop people from complaining. We do need some more Libertas workforce though. So let's use this spot right here. We are going to have some negative traits from the mine just up the road there, but I think we'll be okay. I think they'll manage. We'll stretch this out just a little bit to there, surround it with some roads, and that gives us everything we need. I love this. I really do. I'm having so much fun with this. Even as I'm getting sick, like I don't want to stop, and that's a problem because I can't have videos that are like 2 hours long. No one would watch them. It's just not how, it's not how YouTube works. It just is not how YouTube works at all. Anyway, I think it's probably a good idea to wrap things up there for today, for me to go and get some tea and some rest and try to not be sniffling and coughing and sneezing and just generally falling apart. I'm having so much fun with this though. I hope you're still having fun with it. I know it's a little bit of a slower game than we do. I know there's, you know, it's not just a city builder. I'm trying to get some of that in there, man. I'm trying to, you know, I do my detailing, I do my design stuff because it's what I do, right? It's just what I do in all the different games that we play here on the channel. So I hope it's fun. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having so much fun with this, but yes, that is going to do us for today. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. This has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.